Hi, it's Angela. I hope all is well with you today. I'm in Laurel, Maryland. I just finished being a guest on this poetry program. And it's really cool. We had a writer's workshop, and we were able to create freestyle poetry, haikus, and learn some different styles. And so, even as a writer, it is so great to be able to sit back and learn, and hear other people. Iron sharpens iron, and so I really enjoy being around creative energy because it just pushes something in me to want to create more. Um, I love it. In a couple of weeks, on May 13th, I am going to be hosting a chat in color, another chat in color. Speaking of iron sharpens iron. And so, one of the things that's so great about the chat in color is the moms. Not that dads can't come, but what I've noticed with when parents are there, one parent will encourage another parent, especially if they have children the same age. So one parent could be struggling with something, let's say for example, guilt with working from home, and then you have another parent that says, you know what, yeah, I used to struggle with that, but this is what I've done. And so because parenting, especially when you have young children, can feel really lonely. But I noticed that with the chat in color, two parents at least will become friends. Learning tools, healthy habits. It is that iron sharpens iron. With the chat in color, what it entails is my reading the Alex Goes to the Circus story to the children. And then after I read the story, then they get a chance to color. And while they're coloring, the parents and I chat. And so we chat about little communication, not little, there's nothing little about it, but communication nuggets that are woven throughout the Alex story. So things like healthy posture, healthy habits, getting ahead of tantrums. A lot of us parent the way we were parented, be it good or be it bad. Not necessarily bad because we made it through, but some of us, if we had to go back to it, probably wouldn't. Some of us probably barely made it out of childhood because some of those days were tough. And so what I'm finding with whether it's talking about the Alex story or talking about domestic violence, some of you caught the chili story that I posted last week. People have some struggles. People had some issues growing up, and man, our children are reaping a lot of what we have gone through, be it good, be it bad. And so learning some healthy habits, relearning some things can not only help us as parents, but man, change a whole generation. It is something to take seriously. And so I want to encourage you to come out. Right, I want to encourage you. If you can't come to Maryland, I think that I may be videoing it, and I also may be doing this thing called the Toolbox going forward, where we maybe just talk about some healthy habits together as parents, things that can help and encourage one another. Right. When I went to my son's school last week, I'm shining. There was a counselor on Friday talking about mental health. And as we know, mental health challenges have been on the rise, especially since COVID, right? And so, one thing that she shared that I did not know is that in Prince George's County, you can dial 211, in Montgomery County, Maryland, 311. And those are local hotlines that you can call to help with domestic problems, right? And they not only help with mental health, but housing, challenges with your spouse, or relationship challenges, child challenges. I did not know that there was help locally. So just having conversations is so much that you can learn, right? I've also given the mental health hotline, which is a national hotline, 988. And so if you need it, call it. Suicide prevention, healthy that help hotline, that 800-799-SAFE. They'll help you be strategic to get out if you need that. So man, let's not be so proud and not take the help, because it's out there. A lot of times we just need someone to just be there, even if it's talking to a friend. If you're not ready to talk to a hotline, talk to a friend, and maybe that friend can help you, be a hand to hold, while you are getting the help that you need. But don't just stay there, especially if you need help. And even if you're an abuser, call and get some help, right? If there's something in you and something is off in your brain or whatever it is, and it's causing you to verbally abuse people, mentally abuse people, physically abuse people, get help, right? Get help. Get the help that you need. Don't just continue doing the same thing and expecting I'll just change. I'll just. No, there's people out there, because sometimes you need medicine. And if you need medicine, if you need help, you need counselors, there's resources available, but you have to reach for it. It's not going to come knocking at your door. Reach for it. You know what? It could come knocking at your door if you call, because sometimes they will come out. When I called 988 after my brother's death, and I asked them, what do you do? And they said if you need people to come and get you, or you need somebody to come to your door and talk to you, they have people that can do that. But it starts with a step from you. It starts with a yes from you. So do what you need to do, because it's needful. All we have to do is look at the news. Like I say often, look at the news and you can see how important it is. Death. People are shooting one another, shooting up their families, children with guns, with knives and the like, hurting one another because they don't know how to process what's going on inside of them. All of this anger is suppressed. A lot of it, not all of it, some of it is mental and psychological, but a lot of what is happening, at least according to this counselor that I was talking to on Friday, a lot of the ways that children are being talked to at home, they're pushing that stuff down, pushing it down, and when they get out in public, this is what they're getting. Teachers are getting angry children who don't know what to do with these emotions. They're not allowed to express their emotions at home. They express their emotions, there's going to be a problem. We have parents that don't know how to allow their children to talk. Because if you talk, you're going to get beat. If you express something, you're being disrespectful. And they don't know what to do with these emotions. That's why we need tools. That's why we need nuggets. That's why we need, even my heartbeat is the very young. The Alex book is from 3 to age 8. I was able to go into the school for the readathon a couple of weeks ago, and even the fourth graders, which I thought was too old for the story, the fourth graders enjoyed the story, right? Because there's songs in there. But my heartbeat is to talk to parents of the young, because if we can get them young, then hopefully when they go to school, when they go to church, when they're out, they have that social emotional behavior. Those emotional tanks are full. They're not looking for validation from their teachers or for their peers. That we have parents who know how to communicate and speak love into their children, right? When you learn a principle, that principle is universal. And so not only can it go into your child, but any other relationship that you're in. But it all starts somewhere. We've got to start, right? It's time to make some changes. And as the Winans would say, it's time to make the change. We are the people. We can do it. Change starts with you. One conversation at a time. One showing love to a person at a time. And I hope that you can hear my heartbeat when I talk about these things, because, man, the golden rule is doing unto others as we'd have them do it to you, which is empathy. And so if you would not like how it sounds, then don't do it. So like next time you talk to your kid, listen to your own tone, replay it. The next time you're walking fast in a store and the child is lagging behind you, the next time you're telling them sit there and eat that food and you better not say X, Y, and Z, would you like that if someone said it to you? And if you wouldn't like it, then take the time to kind of rewrite the script, rewrite the narrative, change your tone, change your steps, and you will be way more impactful than you think that you ever could have been. So again, this is Angela. This is a Toolbox, and make it a blessed day. Be a blessing to somebody today on purpose. Take care.